everyone, welcome to a new video. As I was editing the trailer breakdown, SNK uploaded the character guide. Makes sense, since the character will be playable on Saturday the 1st, but I think it's gonna make my trailer breakdown useless. So we're going to see the character guide because unlike the trailers, we will see all specials and all supers. Probably not all normals. We have to wait for like the demo footage for that. But normals wasn't the only thing missing from the original trailer. There was also the level 2 supers, because we only saw the level 1s. Level 1 Kikosho, level 2 Hoyokusen. I want to see what they do with the level 2 versions of these moves, because typically a move's gimmick truly shines on the level 2 version. Whereas level 1 is just like, you use the super, that's it. So if they let you jump cancel level 1 Hoyokusen, I wonder what they're doing with level 2. So we're gonna check it out. Before we do, we'd greatly appreciate it if you like, comment, and subscribe. And without further ado, let's begin. Chun is a technical fighter boasting a vast array of specials and command normals. Like Ken, she can cancel rev arts into super for high-octane punishments. With her quick movement and flashy air combos, you'll be primed and ready to overwhelm any opponent. Yeah, her foot movement is really good. In Street Fighter, where dashes aren't as good as like Fatal Fury or KOF, when you eventually corner the opponent, being able to move on the ground pretty well is very valuable because it gives you access to the third piece of the corner RPS, strike, throw, shimmy. And Chun-Li can shimmy really well because she's one of the fastest characters when it comes to forward walk or backwards walk speed. Kikoken? One thing to keep in mind is Kikoken's not always a charge move. I said in the previous video it was a charge move, but it's not in Street Fighter 3. In Street Fighter 3 and the Omega version of Street Fighter 4, it was half circle back punch. And given that Chun-Li is crouching here, in my frame, boom, spotted the crouch, it seems that that could be the input for it. Half circle back punch. We have confirmation of the far-reaching punch. Hyakuretsu, typically a mash move, but since both Street Fighter and SNK games are getting rid of mash inputs now, it's quarter circle forward kick as of Street Fighter 5. Live version is safe. Heavy is a launcher. Spinning bird kick is a charge move now. And then someone pointed out that the EX version of spinning bird kick is directly from Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, right? Like you do spinning bird kick and then you spike someone on the ground for floor bounce into a combo. Hazanshu? This was not in the original trailer. Hazanshu is kind of like a fireball dodge overhead, although it's fireball dodge with like some frames of fireball invincibility. Not a whole lot. The EX version in Street Fighter 6 caused a floor bounce, and that would be like a scaled combo starter. I wonder what they do here. Oh, that's her burn knuckle feint. Hazanshu break, and then it doesn't hit, and it opens up for throw. Oh, but only the EX version is an overhead. It's a mid on light and heavy. Gotcha. Because fireball dodging, low crush, overhead you can feint would probably be too powerful, so they made it a mid here, unless you spend meter. There's the floor bounce. She's gonna be so fun to lab, dude. Anti-air scenario is correct. In third strike, the Kikosho super, alongside being a reversal, was also Chun-Li's best anti-air in third strike. So anti-air is correct, yeah. Chun-Li had 3 supers in that game. Kikosho is pretty good. Hoyokusen is obviously the highlight. And then the Hazanshu super is really bad. Also has fast startup, so it's like best for combos. There's the utility, invincibility, because Hoyokusen in third strike would just be like almost full screen, invincible, and so like the moment you sneeze, Chun-Li Hoyokusen and you're dead. Games now typically, to make up for the fact that you can jump cancel it, will typically scale the move's damage down and then also scale down the combo, so it doesn't do too much damage. But back then they just straight up like gave the Hoyokusen itself damage. And while the Hoyokusen follow-ups are trash, you are still very advantageous after it. So alongside the invincibility, there's probably a break here. You press break right here to prevent the Hasanshu Ender from happening, and then you can get like an additional combo off that. And the follow-ups, because you're on the ground and you're juggling the opponent, are probably more potent than a level 1 jump cancel in terms of damage. 7-star Shining Kicks. 7-star Shining Kick. That is the name of Chun-Li Super in Marvel vs. Capcom. So it is a Marvel reference. So that's it for Chun-Li. The biggest shocker, honestly, is there's no Serenity Street. There's no stance. Like they say, they're adding Street Fighter 6 Chun-Li to the game. They're adding Street Fighter 5 Ken into the game. Well, Ken got some Street Fighter 6 stuff, like Quick Step, which is SF5. Chun-Li did not have the one thing that set her apart from previous iterations, which is crazy to me. All she got were moves from Street Fighter 3 and 5. Maybe it would have been a nightmare to implement between all of the system mechanics and also like trying to wrap an axle of all of Chun-Li stuff, or even, you know, modern controls or smart style would have gotten in the way of that. It's a little disappointing not having stance, because stance makes Chun-Li even cooler. So that's it for the tutorial video. However, there is still some stuff left. I'm not seeing a whole lot of demo footage yet. At the same time, SNK opened up the arcade booths for demo attendees. A bunch of content creators once again uploaded exclusive footage, so all eyes are on the exclusive footage. But I want to show two things before I close out this video. Number one is a new title screen. In the Ken edition of Street Fighter title screen, Ken replaced Rock in episodes of Southtown, but everything else was the same. But now every single box has unique art. So there's Chun-Li versus Mai, Chun-Li versus Hotaru, Terry in the gallery, color editor, jukebox, and then the SKU store. When Ken came out, they brought a one-time only title screen that jump scared me, and so I was not able to record it and preserve it. I'll keep an eye out for Chun-Li, since she may have one as well, since she's the other guest character. Also, some battle-like aesthetic improvements, like sound effects. You could select sound effects, like additional layers of sound effects based on Street Fighter 3, 6, or Mark of the Wolves. Some of it were very minimal. It was just like using a super or KOs, or entering SPG for Mark of the Wolf, or refilling meter for Street Fighter 6. Very minimal. I was a little bit disappointed. I wish they'd had the Batman sample when filling up the super gauge on the third strike mode. Let's go. Right? That type of thing. Hopefully, these are included in the Chun-Li version of the overhaul. Next up is Chun-Li's moveset, the move list from the demo booth. So we know all the command inputs. Core circle forward punch for Kikoken, core circle forward kick for Hyakuretsu, Tensho is DP, Hazanshu core circle back, spin break kick, down charge. And you can see the feint animation for Kikoken, and then the break for lightning kicks. The heavy version is unsafe unless you break it specifically, and you could probably get better combos from it. Tensho is break. It doesn't say here, but you can break Hazanshu to quote-unquote fake it and approach the opponent that way. They forgot to say it here, but it should say break there as well. And Hoyokusen, the level 2 version, is breakable. So near the end, after you do the launcher kick, it automatically goes into the ending Hazanshu for extra damage, unless you press the grab or rev buttons, which will prevent that. Looking at the normals instead of the specials, right? She has wall jump. Chun-Li can wall jump in the Street Fighter games. Jump away from the wall when cornered. Unique mobility option. Wondering how that plays into the current meta. Like if it's difficult to stop someone from wall jumping. That's not something they showed in the trailers at all, not even the overviews. She has air throw. Ryusei Raku. If you air to air someone, you can throw them. Just like in Street Fighter 3, the powerful defensive option to perfect block in the air, which is a just defend, or in Street Fighter 3's case, parry. Chun-Li gets to circumvent it by jumping and throwing you. And Yoso Kick, which is her stomp. That's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, hit like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Have a nice day.